welcome back to the still existent Inside 2021 podcast. My name is Connor.
My name is Logan.
My name is Gabe.
Today we are joined by our very special guest, Gabe Lorenz. Is that how you say your last name?
Yeah, it is.
For a while I should know that.
Some people mispronounce it, Lorenzo.
Lorenzo.
Quite common.
And the amount of people who butchered my last name is in the hundreds.
Your our advisement teacher, Dr. Justice, consistently gets it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He stopped asking how to say it correctly and has just stuck with how he wants to.
Right. So, as you may have noticed, a podcast has not come out in a couple weeks now, probably a month at this point. And to that, we say sorry. It wasn't our goal. Just kind of got busy for a while.
School is hard.
School is hard.
Can be rough sometimes,
Yeah. So, what's your experience with school right now, Gabe? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty solid. Teachers are nice. Have some fun experiences. I have a teacher who's adopted me, Mr. Ray.
Adopting you?
He is, and we're currently in the process right now. So
right.
He'll soon be my father. He'll be one of my 5 fathers, which will be quite nice.
Who are the other 4 fathers?
So I got my actual father, Jacob.
Okay.
And then we have my cousin Chase. He adopted me, and then my cousin Lane, who also adopted me.
Okay.
They're brothers, yet they both adopted me. So I'm both their sons.
Okay.
So it can be kind of interesting because
Alabama time.
Kinda, you know what I mean.
All right.
And
you
then
know what? Sure.
Then the other 2 fathers we have is my Uncle John. He adopted me.
Okay.
And then my Papa, his name is Steve. He adopted me as well.
Right.
Though he doesn't know it.
He doesn't know it.
We just told him to sign something. He didn't know it was an adoption paper.
Right,
so.
and that is legal in the state of Pennsylvania.
It is.
Well, this took a turn for the wild.
So let's recap real quick. You've got your actual father, Jacob.
Yes.
And then 2 different cousins.
Yes.
And then a grandfather.
Yes.
And now Mr. Ray.
And Mr.
Uncle
Ray.
And Mr. Ray is coming. He's working
so he'll be
on the
your
papers.
6th, actually.
Yes. I have to get him to sign a paper.
And what changes with this adoption process?
So since it's not part of family, he has to fill out some more sheets, such as the consent form.
Mm-hmm.
Is this so he legally cannot give you a bad grade?
I'm not going to disclose that.
Okay, right.
Also, so that if he all of the punishments I receive are now legal.
They're illegal or
legal?
They are legal.
No, they're not legal. But also now I can officially call him father in class, which is very nice.
Officially, you could do it before.
But he would get mad.
He would not react as he would. He'd be like, "Well, I love you too, son."
Oh,
instead of just whacking me with a belt or something like that.
As he
yeah.
would.
Yeah,
you know,
as Mr. Ray,
yes.
the
violent child abuser, Mr.
the
Ray.
violent child abuser.
Speaking to some more, speaking to realism and Ray, which is kind of a funny joke because that's what we're studying. How do you feel about Ray's class? We're all in that class together.
I enjoy his class. He can kind of get ticked off,
He hasn't.
He calls us silly, but
he hasn't said "control yourselves" to our class in 3 days.
Oh wow!
Actually, no, 4 days. 4 school days. It's been over a week. Tomorrow will be a week since he said "control yourselves," which is insane.
Huh?
Crazy. He can get a little angry at us, but we have fun in that class.
Yeah, I think that the class we are in is a 7th period, and we've got a good amount of very funny, very attention-seeking people. Not that it's a bad quality. It's I'm definitely one of them, but.
Remember when he forgot Christian outside in the hallway?
He forgot him?
Yeah. He forgot Christian. He didn't forget Jeremy. He forgot Christian. He's just like, oh my God, Christian.
The fact that Christian offered to as well, that was probably my favorite part.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing.
He's like, do you want me to go outside? Sure.
Yeah.
Ah, crap, I forgot about him.
Yeah. In his class right now, we're studying realism, and every time he keeps bringing it up, he's like, Connor, I think you're going to like this unit. And so far, it's been like, it's interesting, but nothing's grabbed me yet, so I've got high expectations for that, for your future father.
So, for homework, which is due tomorrow. We're recording this on Thursday.
Mhm.
We read a paper that is 12 pages long about education, and then we also read a poem.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my thought about mostly about the paper, is that book learning can only take you so far, and experience can only take you so far.
Mm-hmm. I think that was a heavy theme of it.
Any thoughts?
It's a very interesting paper, and the fact on the difference between learning. I think it's very interesting in how the Socratic will go out, because obviously there's going to be people like going for both sides about which is superior, if you need both or if you need just only one, if you can survive with one. Personally, I feel like you kind of have to have both. It's very useful to have both in life, because both learnings have their flaws, so you kind of can clear up those flaws if you have both, rather than just going down one route.
You need to take the sum of their good things. Mr. Ray would be both proud and a little saddened to hear us saying this, because I'm sure he wants us to save these insightful thoughts to when his college guy is here. What's that about?
I think I'm not. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's having a visitor come to monitor the class, or like to watch the class. So instead of reading short stories, he thought it would be more fun for us to have a crack discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Which might be true for the visitor, but very stressful for us.
Right. It is going to be a heavy grade, as it's our first
second. It's our second
technically
project grade.
Yeah.
But it's double the size of the first. Mm-hmm. So as long as you participate, and actually read the paper and poem, it should be an easy 20 points.
Exactly.
And Lord knows our class will not have problem talking.
Concurrent is going to get graded on it, whereas regular literature, American literature takers will
get extra credit.
Will get extra credit if they contribute.
So those of you who aren't doing concurrent in 7th period, don't worry, you're just getting 3 points. To clean this stuff.
Yeah.
I cleaned it this morning and they're already dirty.
Yeah. Being a glasses wearer is a pain, because you clean them 3 or 4 times a day and they're dirty the second they get on your face. Gabe, you know what I'm talking about with your glasses. I'm currently wearing.
I recently got glasses because my vision went from being almost perfect to very terrible. So I'm terrible with farsighted and close-sighted. So
this bit doesn't make sense. No one can see that you're clearly not wearing glasses.
Well, my eyesight is somewhere in between bad and blind.
Contacts.
Oh, that's true.
My eyesight is somewhere in between bat and anglerfish. And then for those of you who don't know what an anglerfish is, they're a blind fish.
Finding Nemo. It's the light guy.
Yeah.
It's like weird fish that has like a little dangling light on his head.
Are you part of any clubs, Gabe?
Super Smash Bros. Club.
We had club pictures here on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's something worth bringing up.
It's a great club where a group of friends get together and play a game we all enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I recently learned that we have a special hand gesture.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the Smash sign. Smash Club gang sign, if you could say so.
Yeah.
Out of the clubs that I can remember, the ones that got their pictures taken yesterday, or on Tuesday, I think, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it was Mu Alpha Theta.
Oh boy.
Thespians.
Yeah.
Bible Study Club.
Science Club.
Bible Study Club?
Yeah, there's a Bible Study Club.
I didn't even know we had that club.
Neither did I until I saw them taking pictures. So like, hey, what club are you guys from? They're like, Bible Study.
I think it might have been Faith the Christian Athens.
It was a lot of seniors.
Wait, is that what it was? Was it FCA or was it Bible study?
It was Bible Study.
Huh.
I saw there's a lot of seniors there. I don't know. Like that club is mainly seniors.
Interesting.
There was also the Magic the Gathering Club.
Right.
The Science Club.
Yep.
The Act Now Club. And there's a couple more, but the names of them are evading me.
I'm not sure. Who was taking the picture right before we did it?
That was the Bible Study.
That was Bible Study?
Wait, is the Pro-Life Club, did that ever go through?
I mean, I haven't heard any news on it. I don't know if it's still a thing, but maybe. I've always been curious about that, because, like, I just don't know what you do in a pro-life club.
Remember we came in, we thought that people would like come in and like just hit the desk and just start chanting pro-life for a solid 2 hours straight.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a couple people around with like something that says like I am the pro-life generation. Like someone's drawn it in my art class. I'm not sure if it specifically has to do with this club or if it's just some political phrase that's kind of been picked up recently. But it's just been interesting to see that more often around the school. As to if the club's still around, I have no idea.
That is interesting.
Well, speaking of clubs like the Thespian Club, there is also the opening night for the middle school's play, Light Gravy, Plot Thickens. But it is a murder mystery, and I think Connor's little brother is in there.
Yeah, my dude Logan. He actually was telling me my little brother didn't initially audition for it. He had actually planned to be on tech, but for some reason they lost a few actors halfway through, and so they ended up like calling my brother in to be a part of it. I'm not sure what his role is, but I know that he's been very excited about it, staying late every night for it.
I'm also going to be seeing it because my cousin Jade will be in it with my in Jersey, so I'll be able to see your little brother as well. I'm going to see it this Saturday. Is it at 7, I believe?
Cool. I think it's today, tomorrow, and Saturday.
I will be going to go see the one tomorrow because Connor and I are actually both part of the It's a Wonderful Life cast.
Mm-hmm.
And we have play practice tomorrow.
So actually, I'm not going to be seeing it, so I'm going to actually have to count on you guys to tell me how it was. I've seen Miss Vituli's stuff before. I've participated in Miss Vituli's stuff before. She's a great director, and I'm excited to see what, well, at least hear about what she's able to do with her role. I specifically liked something you were a big part of last year, the
12 Angry Jurors.
12 Angry Jurors. That was really interesting to watch. Did you ever see that, Gabe?
I was not able to see that. I believe during that time, I think it was during was it baseball season?
I think it was
mid-December.
I forget why. I really wanted to see it because my cousin Jay was also on this, but I was not able to see it.
What else has she been in?
So she's been, and I believe ever since 6th grade, every single middle school and high school play, and every single middle school play she's auditioned for. She really looks forward to being an actress in the future, so she's really big in theater and anything that has to do in that kind of section. She's also really into like singing and playing stuff like the piano, so she's like in like the music.
Very artistic person.
Yeah, very artistic person.
It's good to have those kinds of goals, and hopefully she can make that happen. That's interesting.
Speaking of plays of the past, we can also do plays of the future, with next semester being Big Fish, which is an all-school play.
I actually had never heard of Big Fish until this year, but from what I've heard, there will be a mixture of fantasy and family. It seems, from what I've heard, that a son follows up on the stories his dad told him as a child.
Yeah, and he was always like, "Hey, Dad, you're full of it," and they turn out to actually be true.
But
falling in love with a mermaid.
Oh, well, that's definitely something worth checking out. So, I don't think it's we don't have to worry about that for a little while.
At least 2-3 months.
Yeah, something like that. But speaking of thespian works, the thespian troupe 8-1 something or other. The Skyview's thespian troupe is actually going to be going to ThesCon pretty soon here, and that's very exciting for us. Yeah. Do you guys know anything about ThesCon?
I was thinking about going, but I figured I'd leave it to somebody who is an actual thespian. So so Murphy is taking the place.
Yeah. I think the junior guys going are going to be me, Christian Voss, and then Caleb Parker and Murphy.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd heard about Murphy yet, but possibly Murphy. So that's going to be fun. That was Mr. Ale walking past our an office that we're in.
How many episodes has Mr. Ale been in unintentionally?
He wasn't in the first one because that one was in the hallway. Second one, library, he was in. Third one, which was with Lexi.
I think he was right outside there. It was either him or August.
I think August has possibly come into 2.
I think she was on a 3 in a row streak where we got to see Miss August.
Mm-hmm. But it seems like we won't have any intrusions. I'm actually not sure whose office we're in right now.
We're in Mrs. Roos's. I know this because
Miss
I've been sent Miss Roos.
Oh.
So I've been in here quite a bit for whatever it is, like maybe like a schedule change. Or like I think one time where I'm at like this college fair thing where I had to put in the colleges I am looking forward to, like if I'm interested in any colleges.
Right.
So that's how I know this place.
So she's one of the counselors?
Yes. So she runs, I believe it's L through Z.
Yeah, I was about to say, now that I think about it, I think I have been here once or twice. Yeah, weirdly, when I came in here last, she was wearing, I think it was one of our spirit days, I think she was wearing like a lion onesie or something, some kind of onesie.
Miss Roos?
Yeah, I believe so. Am I crazy?
I don't know if she would have done that.
I would ask me because my memory is like a very dumb goldfish.
Okay. Well, yeah, so I guess that's where we are. I need to stop saying, So, Gabe.
Miss Sundberg.
Wasn't that and rather?
Oh, wait, you weren't here in 6th grade.
Yeah, I was. I was here.
Oh, wait, yeah, you were gone in 7th.
Yeah. 5th, 6th, gone 7th, here 8th, gone 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Even though that doesn't come yet, but I'm going to say it.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know who we're talking about, in 6th grade, we had a history teacher who would, I'm not exaggerating at all, would say every other word or more often.
Yeah, she still works here, and she's a great teacher. Her name is Miss Sundberg. Her name is Miss Sundberg. She was super fun.
We created the counter, and one day she got to 231 on a non-block day.
I keep hearing about people saying they had counters. I didn't know other people did it. I thought I was the only one who did it, so I think it's kind of funny how everyone has collectively just, like, realized this about Miss Sundberg. Nothing against the lady. She's actually awesome. So.
Miss Sundberg, if you're listening or somehow, like, find out that we said this, we're not making fun of you. You were an awesome teacher. Yeah. It's just funny.
There's so many teachers who have done way worse than having a frequent speech pattern.
Yeah.
Did you ever have Sundberg?
I came in here in 7th grade,
right.
And I have been there since.
So you came in 7th grade?
7th grade.
Oh, okay, interesting. I thought, well, I've got a weird viewpoint from all the people who have been here less time, because when I randomly jump back and forth between schools for a little while and then come back and see people, I can never tell, have they been here or is this their first? And I think I just never had that discussion with you. I thought you came in 8th grade. That's interesting.
Yes.
Don't feel bad. I've been going here since the school started. Still don't know when everybody came.
Mm-hmm.
I have a general idea, but if I accidentally say you came here in 7th grade and you came here in 6th or 8th, or you've been here since the beginning, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I can remember all the OGs. God.
There's a couple of us who have been going to Skyview going to the same school since kindergarten.
Ooh, what?
Yeah. Me, Caleb Schmidt, Eliza, and Luke. I think that there's one or two more that I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Have all been going to the same school since kindergarten.
Whoa. Oh my God, John. That's interesting. Well, what school is that?
We went to Arrowwood and then immediately went to Skyview.
Where were you going before you came to Skyview?
So I went to C2E. It's a very weird school. It's right by my house in Parker. It's a very small school.
It's called what?
C2E.
C2E.
Challenge to Excellence.
Oh, wow.
No one even knew what the school was. It was
Yeah.
like an elementary school. I left there in 2nd grade, and then I went to Ben Franklin Academy.
Okay.
And then I came here in 7th grade, and I've enjoyed it ever since.
That's good to hear. I hear a lot of people complaining about Skyview.
It's not a bad school. Every school has its problems, but overall, Skyview is one of the ones where it has less than usual.
Yeah, I mean, I think that people, since it's smaller and it's fresher, a lot of people can easily pick out what's going wrong. Whereas in other schools, there's thousands and thousands of students, and anything that goes wrong kind of gets lost within its own personal group. Whereas at another school, you would probably know like a Oh,
Is there candy in here?
there are some Twizzlers.
Can I steal some? Sorry, guys.
Sure.
Wait, is there any?
No, it's just Christmas.
Kidding. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
We don't even have to tell you who that is.
She was-
Do you want Twizzlers? Give us something.
What's up? Okay,
You want Twizzlers?
we're recording something, but that's cool.
Oh.
Sorry, it's okay.
No,
If you had any doubts, that should give you the
Let's-
final clue.
We don't spread negativity here.
Oh no, I'm not saying anything negative.
It is funny though that came right as we were discussing the negative parts of Skype. I'm gonna probably have to cut a good portion of that, but I'll leave a fraction of it in just so we can
Have a good
remember
laugh.
that. Yeah.
Have a good chuckle.
Yeah. Anyway, I was just gonna say that at another school you probably don't know. You probably only know a fraction of the student class, whereas here I know almost every junior. I think there are 3 or 4 juniors who I'm not super familiar with, but I know all of you guys, and you all know me, I believe.
Like, we at least have some idea of whether it be names or personalities for everybody in the junior class. We at least know, like, hey, that's a junior.
Yeah.
Whereas at other schools, it's like, well, they're probably a senior. And it turns out that they're a sophomore.
Yeah.
It's a lot more close. Like, you get to know everybody a bit more.
You're aware of where everyone is. I think if you walk down the hall and someone asked what grade is that person is, you could give them a good response like 90% of the time. I just think it's very tight-knit, and I think some people actually have a problem with that, but it's just kind of the way it is.
It's a smaller school, so you stand out quite a bit more than if you went to a school like Vista or Rock Canyon, where there's thousands of people.
Yeah.
We have less than 2,000 people in the building.
Mhm.
Like, not just high school and middle school. Nah, that is including elementary school, which has the largest amount of students out of high school and middle school combined.
I was walking through the 6th grade hallway the other day, just picking up my brother, and I don't remember who it was, but someone said that the 6th grade hallway is exactly like our freshman hallway, in that for some reason it's the tightest and everyone's always all cluttered there, and it's kind of hard to get through. And I wonder what it is about transferring to the new step of school that makes everyone just crazy in the hallway.
Well, I think it's, first of all, it's your first year there, and you are not as familiar. Like us juniors, we know where everything is, and anyways, like, we've been with all these kids like throughout like the years, so we'll grab our stuff and we know exactly where to go. While like in the freshman hallway, you might like not know where to go. You can easily forget your classes. Like I remember way back like in freshman year, it was like the second month of school, and I'd forgotten completely where one of my classes were, so I was just wandering around.
Panicking.
Kinda, you know.
The internal panic.
Yeah. Christian was telling me a story earlier today about how when he was a shadow student in 8th grade for high school, his shadow was Michael
Offenbradel?
Offenbradel, yeah. Michael Offenbradel. And he went to the bathroom, and the plan was for him to just meet Michael at his locker when he was done. But when he got out, Michael wasn't at his locker, and so he just kind of wandered around the hallways for a little while. And I thought that was interesting. And Michael, if you're listening to this, even though you aren't,
shade has not been thrown at you.
Incredibly ashamed. I'm kidding.
Nah, no shade, no shade.
Yeah, I think.
Even though you've been throwing shade at me, no shade.
I think he just got his appendix out.
Yeah, he just got his appendix removed.
Interesting.
Yeah. Michael is also the star of It's a Wonderful Life. He's playing George.
Him
Bailey.
and Daniel.
Him and Daniel Basilino. They are playing George Bailey and Clarence, respectively. Fun.
Yeah. So, Gabe, we have a thing we sometimes do on the podcast whenever we end up actually doing it, where we do our suggestion of let's just call it suggestion of the episode because we don't
It's
put
not
this
a
out
week.
consistently. Yeah. Our suggestion of the episode. So, is there anything in life you should suggest our loyal viewers do?
Ooh.
All,
a suggestion,
all
like,
3 of
Yeah.
you.
In the past, we've done try out for the play, be nice to people, join Smash Club. I think at one point I might have recommended a movie. I can't really remember.
Ooh. Let me think here. There's quite a few. But I guess this suggestion applies to me actually today.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone who's turning 16 and
Wait, are you turning 16 today?
no, I like
Oh, I'm an idiot. I know where you're going with this.
and there's a life hack you can do with if you're like going into your driver's exam. So today I was doing my driver's test and
Totally forgot to talk about that.
Oh, I didn't even realize that you left
yeah, I
school.
passed today and I had a perfect
I didn't even
score.
realize that you left school.
Yeah, I just came in like
Well, I don't have any
Like
classes.
1
with-
o'clock?
I have one class with you. And we didn't even have that class today, so I didn't even notice.
yeah, pretty much. When you're taking that exam, what you want to do is there's a trick that Connor taught me.
Mm-hmm.
If you're ever checking your mirrors, you can like fling your hair, like just mess up your hair that way. Like you don't even have to look at the mirror. It's like let's say this. Every time you look at the mirror and you fix your hair, it's like, oh, you're looking at the mirror. And you can consecutively do this for like 10 times.
Yeah.
That way, when the 11th time, you can just fix your hair and not even look at the mirror. And like, oh, you looked at the mirror.
I've got pretty long hair at this point. I'm trying to get it out even longer, but whatever. When I was taking my driver's test, anytime I looked up into the mirror, I made sure to flip my hair out of my eyes so I could see it clearly. And it got to a point where I had ingrained it in my instructor's head that anytime I was moving my hair to my eyes, I was specifically looking at my mirror. And it got to a point where even if I didn't actually look at my mirror, if I moved my hair, it would have just came off that way. And I think that's what you did.
I did do that. Another thing is that if your instructor says turn left and you can't, just continue on. The instructor won't get mad at you and they can't punish you for it.
Did you have to do that?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was just not able to get over. And another point of advice, if you want to have fun with your instructor, go through a drive-through. It's very solid.
You went through a drive-thru?
I wanted to. There was a Chick-fil-A and I kept on like my instructor. I just kept on looking up like that Chick-fil-A looks good, and he was like,
so good.
yeah.
So
I really
good.
wanted him to say like take a left and then go through the drive-through, because like
Or to
I would've paid for it as well.
order a bag of chicken nuggets during a driving
Yeah.
test and the company vehicle.
I wonder how much trouble you would get in for taking a turn that they hadn't instructed you to do.
I don't think too much
Oh.
in trouble.
One second. Sometimes things become never.
Yeah.
What does
Oh,
that
I'll
mean?
do it later becomes I'll do it never.
Oh,
So do it
gotcha.
right this second, buddy.
Yeah.
So your suggestion is to mess with your hair and look at the mirror when doing a driver's test, so they think that you're looking at the mirror.
Well,
when
pretty
you
much just
aren't.
like put things in your mind and just try and have fun during the drive test. Don't get too nervous.
Yeah,
It's like
not too much
15
fun.
minutes.
Don't go for a joyride.
Yeah.
You'll definitely not pass.
Yeah.
And actually, speaking of what Connor says, they cannot punish you for taking a wrong turn.
They can't?
They can't, because here's
As
the thing:
long
they're
as you drive
testing you.
safely.
They're testing you on how your driving skills is,
Uh-huh.
not the location you're going to. So if you did go through a drive-through, yeah, like it's not the best, but they can't really
Yeah.
do anything.
I guess. I guess. I don't think that's a risk worth taking, though. So anyway, that's the sound of the bell ringing. So I think we should wrap it up. So that was a good suggestion. Do you have any suggestions?
My suggestion is try something new. You know, whether it be try a hobby that you haven't done in a while, or at all, draw a picture, read a book, take some pictures,
Do something cool.
watch a movie. Just do something that you normally wouldn't do.
Some good advice.
Solid.
My suggestion is going to be if you still have time at the point of hearing this, you should do your best to go see the middle school play. I think it's going to be fun, and it's definitely something worth checking out. So, Gabe, thank you so much for coming on today. We really appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Sir.
It's been a good time.
My name is Connor.
My name is Logan.
And my name is Gabe.
This has been the Inside 20. This has
Da
been
da
the,
da da da.
Da-da-da-da-da.
this has been the Inside 2021 podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. The Inside 2021 podcast is hosted by Connor McGrath and Logan Butika, under direction of Linda August. Editing is done by Connor McGrath and Nathaniel Van Sant. For any suggestions, questions, or concerns about today's episode, you can reach either of us between class or reach me at cmcgrath2021 at svak12.org.
Or El Butika 2021 at svak12.org.
To be a guest on a future episode, you can talk to either one of us. Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next week.
Next week.
All right, bye guys.